Doctor, good day.
Good day, Basma. It's always good to see you. How are you?
Thank you so much for joining us on Cairo Local Time, Nile TV International. And at the beginning, the newly released study highlights the results of Egypt's educational reform efforts between 2024 and 2026. From your perspective, Doctor, what is the most significant takeaway from this two-year assessment?
Well, the most significant result is that all these huge investments, all this empowerment, all this hard work by our dedicated officials have already drawn the attraction and the attention of the international educational community, which is actually sensing the project, the success of a fresh green project which is being implemented in Egypt. This is a huge success. I mean, attracting the world's attention to you in the educational sector only in 2 years. You know, 2 years is a very short time to attract such attention. This in itself shows the magnitude of the movement and the immense accomplishments which are taking steps forward steadily towards a better educational future in this country.
Yes, Doctor, the conference has been described as a turning point in the long-standing strategic partnership between the Egyptian government and the United Nations. Also, how does this specific collaboration with the UNICEF reshape the implementation of the national educational policy?
Let me first begin by honoring our eminent His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Rifaie. He's the first Prime Minister. He's the first Minister of Education to take actual and true steps towards this change. The educational file has been just running water under the bridge without anyone throwing any rocks in it to move this steady waters.
Yes.
He's the first minister to take true steps and implement true projects towards this improvement.
Well, Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli also emphasized that education sits at the absolute top of the state national agenda. How critical is visible leadership backing the executive level for driving structural reform and also down to the local school districts?
When you actually mention His Excellency, the Prime Minister, this is actually the directives of His Excellency, the President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. His wise awareness of the magnitude and the essential step to be taken forward to develop the whole educational process in this country. Let me also highlight two major steps which were taken, which have actually drawn this attention. Number one, the platform, which would later act like LinkedIn for the Egyptians, it serves two purposes: professional development and learning, and two, hiring. In other words, giving or directing the required training and professional development where needed, and bringing the right employer to the right job seeker.
Yes.
This is the professional development platform. Number two, on the educational level, 2 days ago, Dr. Mohamed Abdel Latif has signed an agreement with IPSEA. IPSEA is the International Baccalaureate organization body. Actually, it's a quality platform. It's a quality module. Let me go a bit more technical in it. When you speak of a curriculum, we as educators visualize a curriculum on two axes. vertical axis, the knowledge and the depth of knowledge, and the horizontal axis, the skills themselves. If you visualize this correct, you would figure out that our Egyptian curricula are all vertical. They're all based on information. No skills are being acquired, to the point that, unfortunately, the national curricula sometimes go beyond the capability of even linking them to true life to gain any educational skills which are needed by the students. This has put the Egyptian caliber into a great deficiency. Today, His Excellency, Dr. Mohamed Rifaie, is changing this. This would take and require a whole team working in a very complicated process for many years to re-implement and develop the national Egyptian curricula to match the IB standards.
Well, also, Doctor, the study focuses heavily on evidence and progress. So what specific kinds of quantitative benchmarks are international bodies like UNICEF looking for to verify that educational system is successfully updating?
It's actually the baccalaureate system. Let me explain this, because there is a misperception here by the public. What is the baccalaureate system which is being introduced? Now, we all know the secondary education, the Thanawiya Amma, which is known as by this name. As I said, 3 years of high schooling, only based on feeding in information, knowledge, no skills being acquired. Now, the baccalaureate system basically puts the student at the first year of high school. This would be grade 10, 11, and 12. The first secondary, second secondary, and third secondary, into the practical field itself. For instance, if we take engineering as an example, the engineer spends 3 years at high school and 4 years in college without having true practical experience in the field. On the other hand, the caliber, which is the outcome of the baccalaureate system, would have already had their hands on the field at their first year of high school.
Yes.
You see? Now, who's more experienced here, if I would ask you? The one who had his hands on the field, or the one who had the theoretical knowledge about the field?
Well, Doctor, also one of the core stated goals of the 2024-2026 reform agenda is to equip young Egyptians with core values and also essential modern skills. How does the updated curriculum balance traditional values with the demands of a rapidly changing global digital economy?
It's the standards. It's what we call standards. Dr. Mohamed Rifaie is bringing back the standards which had already been forgotten for so many years. And this is the actual key to progress. These are the carriers of the core values which were mentioned in this conference, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, and also the study was coordinated alongside the UN Resident Coordinator Office. In terms of institutional execution, how does a unified multi-agency UN approach alter the way data is gathered and cross-referenced on the ground from your point of view?
Well, my point of view is that we're turning international. We are now not isolated as an educational field from the world. We are not running any more Egyptianized international curricula. We are now becoming part and joining the true international curricula according to true international standards, which are already in the field from which we've been isolated for so many years during to wrong practices. Yes.
Yes, also Dr. Mahmoud Muhyiddin, the UN Special Envoy on Financing the 2030 Agenda, was a prominent participant from a financial sustainability perspective. How can Egypt attract innovative financing models to ensure these reforms are resilient over the next decade?
Exactly as you said, over the next decade, this mega project, which I would call it, it has a magnitude which is even greater than the magnitude of the pyramids themselves. Performance of this change, you're changing the fundamental concept of education in the country. This would definitely succeed in attracting investors when we provide the equipped caliber.
Yes, Dr. Mohamed Rifaie, educational consultant, thank you so much, sir, for your point of view and for your insight. Short break, dear viewers, and we will be back, so stay tuned.